Hi everyone, this is Rosita Cooper and we're on Living Your Dreams with Rosita. Today my special guest is Angelo SECCI. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you got going on. I see the computer and stuff behind you.
Yes, so my name is Angelo Secci. I was born in Sardinia in a tiny village on the west coast of the island. And I moved here to the US about 25 years ago. When I was a little kid, I always wanted to do music, right? It was kind of something that I was drawn to. All my friends were good musicians. They could, play whatever instrument like it was nothing.
Mhm.
Me, I couldn't. I just couldn't. It was like my hands or my feet, my body was refusing to play it. I could see it in my head, but it was not in my body. It's like I don't know, trying to play basketball and you're only 4 foot tall, and you have a bad knee and you're blind in one eye.
Mm.
It just physically was not happening. There was no way. So life took me to a lot of different directions. And as I said, I arrived here in the States 25 years ago. And as a physician and as a scientist, I kind of gave up, the music. It was kind of abandoned on the wayside until about 5 years ago. And it was kind of a funny story. My wife showed me on her tablet, on her iPad, this garage band thing. So, oh, look, I can make music. So that's so nice.
I
Let
do.
me see
I
what I
actually
can
have
do.
that downloaded on my computer as well, so I know
Yeah.
how to like.
So, so it was so bizarre because, oh my God, look at the technology we have now. You can put together music in a fairly simple way, just pushing fingers. And that kind of piqued my interest. I said, well, maybe I can, go back to my dream of being a musician.
Mhm.
And since I cannot play really an instrument worth anything, because I tried guitar, drums, trumpet, bass, you name it, I tried everything, I just could not play them. But I had other things going on my way. So I'm a scientist. So I knew a lot of, the theory of music, and it's a lot of mathematics, the frequencies of music, and it's again a lot of physics and theory. So I said, well, maybe I have that going for me. So what I did, I purchased, my first version of Logic Pro, which is a software that goes in your computer to, put together music. And I started studying books and, theory and music. And since I could not play it really with my hands, I said, I'm going to let the computer play it, and I'm going to tell the computer what to play.
Exactly.
It's not that simple. It took a lot of, after work hours and early morning hours trying to figure out how to make music that was not only, musically sound, means that, you had all the notes in the right place and everything else, but also sounded good to the ear, because very often if you play music on a computer, it sounds very cold, almost like, I don't know, an high school band. They're very good musicians, but when you put them in a gymnasium, it sounds like not very refined.
Mhm.
So that was my first goal: make it sound good, no matter what I play, just to make it sound good first, and then I will figure out the music part, which I'm not that good at. But if it sounds good, at least I have a product that I can start to sell.
So,
So of course, inspiration for music was also a problem, because if you're not a musician, you're there in front of a blank piece of paper. How do you make music?
mhm.
So, little by little, piece by piece, is like almost like cooking. You first have to buy your groceries, and then your stove and your pan
And
and
your
your
city
knives, and then
plan.
you start putting everything together. So that's what I did.
Mhm.
And I don't know, maybe I follow the same approach of research. I start making, okay, I need to have drums. So how do you make drums? So, okay, I study how different styles have the drums, and I
Mhm.
started putting the drums. So I made like, I don't know, 20 drum sets, right? All sculpting from, using the sounds in the computer and then the logic of it. And then I did the bass. So I made 20 bass sets. And
Yeah,
now you have 20 times 20. You already have a lot of them
a
that you can
lot.
start to combine, right? And now
Yeah.
you do, your pads, your synths, and you did 20 of them. Now you're all in a sudden, when you have all the instruments, you have like 100,000 combinations, right? And that was my experiment. Now I started putting them together. What sounds good with what? So each little piece had a little soul by itself. And I was just there listening to see where I could match the soul of each piece and make a complete piece of music. So little by little I started doing that. Maybe I'm oversimplifying. It was not that easy. But, that's what I did. And that's what I now keep doing.
Okay, so tell us about the scientist. I know you say you was a scientist. So how long was you a scientist?
I've been a scientist for 25 years. I've done a lot of clinical research for many, many companies, big and small.
Nice.
So that is perhaps, I don't know, my true calling. I've been doing that for a long time. After I moved here to the States, I started working at first for the university at UCLA in California. And then I got recruited by the industry, and I've been doing that for a long, long time. So that is probably what helped me a lot also in making the music. I have a solid method to make things that, help me to put them together, not losing track of it, and then finishing a product and then putting it out. It's good enough, I put it out, it works, and then I go to the next step. And that I think helped me a lot. So I may not have a lot of talent in the music part, means that I cannot really play piano that well, or I cannot distinguish very often, what a note is, if it's an A or a C or an A minor, or if it's a chord.
It's a lot of people that got Grammy Awards and stuff just by the computer.
Yeah, so I put a lot of mathematics theory and I put it together and I make it sound good. And maybe I can tell you an anecdote. A couple of years ago, I sent a tune to a professional, and the only thing he told me is that this tune goes nowhere, right? Clearly, and he was absolutely right, because when you're not a musician, you have to learn all the steps to develop a song to be complete. So you know what I did? I said, okay, thank you. I titled it Goes Nowhere, and I still published it, right? So what I did, I have for 4 years published from the very first I made that sounded good enough to now the ones I'm publishing now. And I can see what the difference is, how my growth in being a musician and putting the music together and making it sound good is all there. If you listen to my music 4 years ago, you will absolutely see the difference. And that's beautiful, because I have an history behind all these 4 years of something that at first it was absolutely atrocious.
Right? But it's good that you was able to put your scientific skills to break it down on how things are created and stuff. So that is awesome. And I tell people that you can put any skill that you have to what you want to do, and make it work.
Absolutely. And I think that, for now, I'm starting to get some comments that the music sounds good.
Nice.
And it makes people want to listen it, and that's a huge achievement for me, because not being a musician, or at least not in the classic way of being a musician, I think now I can call myself a musician. 4 years ago, absolutely, I was.
Everybody got to start somewhere. Everybody got to start somewhere. The thing is just starting and stuff. So I know in the future you said that you actually want to teach people the scientific way of making music. So tell us about that.
Yeah, so that's absolutely. I think I have put a lot of work in these past 4 years and develop a method that can help even people who is starting or just wants to make music for fun. You don't have to be, John Lennon or Avicii to make music. You can apply some method, apply some theory to it, and then have fun with it. So, that's something that I'm willing to teach others. So you don't have to use 4 years of your life to start making music. It may take you 6 months. If you have a guy to tell you, look, don't make that mistake. I made it 4 years ago, or I made it 3 years ago, or this is the best way to set up your mixer for your output to make music sound good, or these are the effects that you need to use. These I'll use the compressor. Things like that it took me a long time to figure out all by myself, trial and error, listening. At the end, you develop a way to say, all right, this works and this doesn't. So if anybody wants to, get on this, don't be afraid. Yes, it's work. You have to put some work on it. But I'm willing to give my time and teach you on how to get a little faster than just taking 4 years from scratch.
Okay, so you have created 17 albums and 3 singles now.
Yes,
So that is awesome. So
that's a lot of music. Yes.
so where can they find your singles, your albums and stuff? And do you have them out where they can actually purchase and find some stuff?
Yes, so I do two things. The first thing I learned, and perhaps this is another thing that we can teach to young musicians out there, get yourself a way to put out the work.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did back then, I subscribed with DistroKid. They let you just publish your music. You pay a fee. It's a very small fee every year, but you can publish. If you have 200, 2,000, or only two, they don't care. So it's a way for them to let you put your music out. They check, of course, the levels, the quality, and things like that. And if it's no good, they reject it and tell you, you have to fix this, or you have to fix that. But at the end, they aggregate all the music they receive, and then they send it to Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, all the major outlets out there. So you can actually go and buy my music anywhere you want. You just type in my name and you will find it. So of course, Spotify is for free, so you can listen it for free. And all the others is the standard price, is a very small amount to pay for a piece of music. So that is available everywhere. What I do also sometimes to test if the music sounds good while I walk, so I can put it on my earphones through my cell phone, I put it on SoundCloud.
Okay.
So you can very often see the previews of my next album on SoundCloud.
Okay, nice.
And that again is free to listen as well.
Nice. Okay, so do you have any musical family members that inspired you?
No, absolutely not. We were not a musical family at all.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody in my family. I think my brother may have a better ear than I have, but he never developed, any intent to play music. I have a daughter, and she's a wonderful artist, but not in music. She draws. She's just. I'm amazed on how kids can use technology or just a piece of paper and a pencil to draw this well. But she's an artist in that way. I'm not. So.
That's okay. That's okay. You're a scientist, honey. So that says a lot right there. Scientist. That's huge. That is nice. That's nice. So what was your mom and dad? Was anybody else a scientist in your family?
No, my dad was a mechanic.
Okay.
He had a car garage there in the little village. He was fixed everything from the bicycles to the trucks.
So basically, y'all just technical. It's like in my family, there's a lot of technical people and stuff, and social workers, psychology. So it still runs along the same lines of the mind, using the mind a lot, and hands, and figuring things out.
Yes, absolutely. My grandfather, from my dad's side, he was a refined mathematician. So perhaps I got the mathematics from that side. And, that's probably what it is. I like to put things together.
Yeah, me too. Me too. That's why I downloaded GarageBand. I actually used to use another program, but that was like years ago, like 12 years ago. And shoot, so now I'm trying to find something new. And I ran across GarageBand, and I actually love it, but I want to get that Logic, like what you said.
Yes.
I know that is an awesome program.
Yes. The order of magnitude of the power between GarageBand is Logic Pro is tenfold. In Logic Pro, you can pretty much do everything they do in the professional studio.
Nice. Okay, so I see your computer is up, so we want to hear something. Just give us a little something. You can stop whenever you want, but play us something, one of your beats.
Okay, I'm not sure if it will come out good, but this is the last project I've been working on. I can see you're dancing.
Yeah, I like to dance, so I like stuff I can dance to. Yeah. You know, it has that house music, you know how they say house music? It has
Yes,
the house music feel, but it seemed like it can be on a movie soundtrack. So have
yes.
you thought about like sending your music to actually to be placed to be, you know, in movies and stuff?
No, I really never have done that. This is something I did for fun. So I never advertised or, made any fuss about it. I just put it out there. And,
Well, well, you know, you never know. So you did, hey, I suggest that you give it a try because my thing
I,
is I write movies and stage plays and stuff. So it's different type of movies that be on the soundtrack. I mean, different type of songs that be on the soundtracks of movies. And it's certain sounds that we listen for even when I'm watching a movie. It's just like that right there. That could be like somebody chasing somebody or something, you know, some type of action movie, you know, it's, you know what I'm saying? So I suggest that you think about the placement, you know. It's,
I will definitely consider now. I'm starting to feel more comfortable
yeah,
that the product that I'm putting out is, worth listening.
yeah.
So perhaps I will start, making more, just like I'm doing with you. This is a great help for me. The first time you try to do this is, not that simple to say, all right, I'm a totally different kind of person when I go to work or I do my, research studies and things like that. And then I'm here, 54 years old, and I'm doing EDM music. So it kind of feels a little strange for now, but if it takes me to there, I'm willing to embrace it. Why not? If it makes other people dance like you were doing, or other people feel
Exactly.
good, why not? It's still something that could work in that way. So why not?
Exactly. Because when I hear that and just trying to picture something for as a movie, I see somebody getting chased, you know, some type of action type thing going on. So, like I said, you never know. But the good thing about it is you follow your dreams regardless of what age that you are. So, they let people know right there that there's no certain age that you should not think about following your dreams. If you think about it, just do it, you know. So that is awesome. And I like the sound.
Yeah, absolutely. This was a dream that I always had, and I tried so many times when I was younger, and I just couldn't.
Yeah.
So maybe when you get older, you maybe get even braver than when you're younger. I don't know why. I gave it a try again, and I was having so much fun. And don't be worried about the failures. As I said, I publish the failures too, just like we do in science. You do a research study, and the results are negative, but the study is well done, means that the results are reliable, although they don't go in your way. You still publish it because everybody else has to know, so they don't do that study again, right?
Exactly.
So what I did the same thing. The song that the guy told me it was going nowhere, I said, okay, that's very good criticism. I will learn. Next time I will try to make it go somewhere, but I published it. So now I have a song that, or a tune that I know goes nowhere, which is absolutely true. He was correct. Of course, he was a professional, so he knew right away that that was not worth doing anything with it. But I said, I'm going to put it out there. So next time I'm not going to do the same mistake. So if you're willing to give it a try and follow this kind of dream, do it. And if you fail, that's good too. 100 failures may bring you to a one success, and that one success is what it counts.
Exactly, exactly. But I always say this right here: everything happened for a reason, and your path is your path. So you started at the age that you're supposed to have started at. Because if you had started when you was young, then you wouldn't have been a scientist. So you would, you would have just did the music thing. You get what I'm saying? So it's like
That's a
the
that's
scientist,
a very good point.
huh?
Yes. That's a very good point. You're absolutely correct. Maybe when I was younger,
Mhm.
I did not have the other tools that would supplement my lack of talent in music. Now I acquired those tools, so the lack of talent in music, it kind of gets overwhelmed by all my other talents. So I
Yeah,
still can make music, and I
exactly.
have a little bit. I like music. I like to make sure it sounds good, and I like to make sure other people can enjoy it,
Hmm.
although I cannot figure out just by listening to a tune what all the notes are. I have to sit on my computer and say, all right, this is one note, this is the other note, this is the other note. So it's not spontaneous. It requires me a lot of effort, a lot of work, but at the end, the results are, still good enough. So that's
But
what
you
I
know
do.
what? You're gonna get it every time. You know why? Because you're a scientist. That's what you do.
Yes,
You find it. You know what I'm saying? So
yes.
tell everybody where I know you're on LinkedIn. So have you made your Instagram page?
No, I've not. I've been always so reluctant to, connect through this social media. I don't have a Facebook book account. I may do it. I may follow what you're suggesting. Perhaps, get more involved into this.
Yeah.
And I will. I have the SoundCloud account, of
Mhm.
course. That's where I put my music, and I have the Spotify account.
Mhm.
So people who wants to listen to my music can always find it there.
Okay.
But I think I will take you on it. I will create perhaps a Facebook book account, so that may be a little easier for people who wants to listen to the music to find me.
At least set up a Facebook fan page, so
Yes,
people can find your, that you there. Because number one, different social media sites is different people on there that you're going to meet. So when building a fan base, you allow people to meet you in different areas. The more
yes,
places you are, the better you can get found. So, and you never
you're
know who's going to contact you from where. You get what I'm saying?
absolutely,
So, yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, okay,
I will take your advice, and I will start working on that a little bit more aggressively.
okay, okay. So, living your dreams with Rosita, we have a testimonial part. So I know you already done gave that testimony, about you couldn't play and now you can play, but is there anything else that happened in your life that made you almost want to give up on what you want to do? And how did you get past it? Or was it just the music thing? Is there anything else that, and how, you know what I'm saying?
Pursue my career as a scientist, and I recently moved actually to North Carolina, so I lived in Pennsylvania for many years, and just about a month ago I moved here. So I'm kind of trying to restart my career as a scientist as a more of as a freelancer rather than work directly for a company. So I'm starting to get in that groove as well, and I will absolutely pursue that because that is what I know to do best and what I like to do, and I've been doing for a long time. At the same time, I will still continue to learn on music and improve on my skills until I'm happy with where I am, and I will push the music even further.
That's right. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So, what are some inspiring words that you would like to give the audience that they can live by and share with generations on down the line?
Yes, never give up on your dream. It never. You don't know when it's gonna happen. As I said, I was 50 when I started doing music,
Mhm.
and if that is your dream and you see it, don't give up on it. It may happen. You don't even realize that it's gonna happen, but it may happen. So don't stash it away and say never I will do that. It may happen for you, and if it happens, grab it and run with it.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. I really appreciate you. And like I said, set up your pages and stuff. And you did awesome. I like your music. So keep up the good work. Keep breaking it down. And anyone want to find him right now, he's on LinkedIn.
Yes.
So
And on Spotify as well. So you can always
Spotify.
look me up there. And all the other outlets, as long as you type my name, my artist name, which is AFS,
Mhm.
right? You can find me there. So Spotify is free. SoundCloud, I have some music there is also free. Everything else, you will have to, buy the music if you want to listen to it. But you can already find me. But I will take your advice and be, more out there, perhaps on Facebook and things like that. I will absolutely do that. And of course, thank you so much for having me here. This was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you. And y'all have been watching Live Your Dreams with Rosita. Until next time, peace of love and peace of blessings. And let no one and nothing stop you from following your dreams. Peace.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.